Hello once again from Bodiam Station. You might remember I made a film last year as I called We Should Have Been Hopping, because we weren't able to bring our normal hop pickers weekend. Well, this year we're back. We're hopping again, but not as much as we should be really. It's a scaled down event, more or less tied in with the length of time the train's running. We've not got a car park running, so it's not the major event attracting people specifically to here. I think the main idea is that they come down on the train from Tenterton. But anyway, there's an event, and obviously it's a celebration of hops, and we've got hop garlands for sale as usual. This year there's an exhibition of brewing, talks on the hop industry from a hop farmer. We've got a Chaz and Dave type band and fish and chip tent and things to keep people occupied. They can dress up in hop pickers uniforms if they want. There's been a bit of work going on, as you can see, compared to last year, and it's still going on. We've got this, we're calling it a glamping coach that's been installed here upon us, and when it's finished we will be able to rent it out to visitors. Down the far end there we've had to dig out and repair a culvert, which has meant a bit of an alteration down there, and that's still being finished off and landscaped, so some definite changes. Today I've got a little surprise for you. We've got our nearly 150-year-old loco out, and the Victorian set, 6 coaches, all at least 100 years old, so I'm hoping to get some film of that, but I'm crossing keeper, so it really depends on how I'm fixed. But we haven't had a very good crop of hops this year, but we've some lovely dahlias in the garden, and along the end there we've got the place where they will make and sell you hop garlands. There's the stage and the tent where you can taste the beer and buy the beer from, I think it's the Rother Valley Brewery. And that's it for now, and I'll film what I can as and when in between my duties. Well, I'm just going to check that the gates are open. I have been told they're unlocked. So I need to put my flags out, and I'll just double check the gates. So I'll put the camera down while I do that.
I don't know who it's about. Malcolm's down there. Pete's here. Let's see what Pete's got to say. I know nothing. I can pass a lot of that. Well, that gentleman has just pulled up at the gate.
Good morning, John. All right.
Park in there, and we'll get permission for you. Yes, young man. You all right? Oh, hello, John. Yeah. The man's here. People in this taking hot water for coffee and stuff. Pete's been in there. Oh, is it? Yeah.
Right. Everything seems tickety-boo. The garden's been looking quite nice again this year. Gay's been working very hard. You'll see the station, we've got our hop garlands around the station. And the view over the valley towards the castle.
When he comes in, I'll find someone.
Very clear this morning. You know, it's nice to have the sun, and considering what it's been like the last 2 weeks, freezing cold wind, it's a pleasure to be standing here in shirt sleeves and feeling warm. So we're hoping for a good day, and I'll do some filming a little bit later on, hopefully, when the crowds arrive. Lunch, I don't know about. I balk a bit at the charges of some of these places, but I'm told that they're actually cheaper here than most events nowadays. And I'm thinking to myself, it's a long time since I've been to an event, because prices are roughly double what I used to pay. But that's life, I suppose. Anyway, more later. Well, the first train's due in shortly.
Sit here with the dogs and I'll show them my thing.
The event will be open very soon. And as you can see, the entertainers are getting ready. So pretty soon it's all systems go. And funnily enough, I'm not the only one filming today. There's a gentleman here. He's from a professional company, and he's making a film for the railway for next year's event. So I've ended up helping him with that. So a multitude of roles today. I just thought I'd show you that. See how we decorated the running board. That's rather nice, isn't it?
Mind your back, darling.
And in the meantime, the Yankee tank sneaks back on its train behind us while we're enjoying the dancing. This is what operas is all about. Very well done, very nice. And here's the first train of the day to Tenterton, ready to depart. And that's what being in the countryside is all about. Now, we've got some more dancers coming up, but because they're younger, This is a bit more difficult. I have permission to film them, but we live in one of those funny kind of worlds. I don't want to be accused of anything I'm not doing. So this is just purely to record the activities today. Good old hopping song there. I'm filming from behind other people just to avoid any potential problems. This particular group is run by a lady who's one of our volunteers. She works in the shop. I'll tell you in a minute.
Auditorily challenged.
I think that's enough for now. Well, I promised you something special, and here is our vintage train with a little Strudley Terrier locomotive. It's nearly 150 years old, and all the carriages on this train are at least 100 years old, fully restored and looking lovely. So just going to film the terrier as he comes up past the runway and the train. And you'll see how tiny it is compared to the rolling stock. Here he is, sneaking round the side. You can hear the Westinghouse brake going shush, shush. What a lovely little loco. It's just been fully restored and renovated. There's all our lovely vintage carriages. Look. Want to have a look inside? There we are. That's how it used to be done.
Actually,
Oh.
one of the old minutes, and I could put
Here we have our Pullman dining car.
just take it off. Yeah, that came off. It's only
I won't move down the train, but everybody's sitting in there enjoying their Sunday lunch with Great Western Pannier 1638 on the front. Which will very shortly run round its train and return towards Tenterden.
Give me a London girl every time I wanna find one, I've made up my mind. Give me a London girl every time I want a London girl. Give me a London girl every time I wanna find one, I've made up my mind. Give me a London girl every time I want a London girl, and that is that. Thank you very
And
much.
that was the Sideboard Men.
That's a great song. There's no doubt.
Well, we'll do a thank you thing then.
I'll avoid the beer tent when we go back to see this engine run round its train.
We finished.
the Saturday evening train is 6 o'clock mill. So the Sunday
We have a connection with Hull. Yeah.
Change points, replace the point lock.
I'd like to. No, none of the Exactly.
Lock the frame
Well, I think this is why I would
and the staff, that's the crew. who will ask, is it alright to go on? And the guard will say on this occasion yes, which means the crew can then couple straight onto the train without having to wait for the guard to walk back and give them permission from here.
Well, that's fine, come in.
And in case you didn't know what it was, the Wilden Pullman. There's a bit of activity going on here. We have a beer tent supplied by the Rother Valley Brewery, and there's been talks on the brewing process from a gentleman that owns a hop farm nearby. And then our ladies have been making garlands for sale. And you wouldn't believe this is September the 5th. And it's hotter today than it's been on any day during August. Absolutely amazing. Everything very nice in the Rother Valley. Cheers, Brim. The last train leaves for Tenderton, and a good time was had by all.